Okay, so what's up? Welcome back to Dayton Bulldogs, DTX, aka Dayton's boyfriend. Today we will be doing a reaction to, they call it the flow. So before we get into it, like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you want me to act next. Let's see what this will be about. Let's go.
So today I've got a brand new product from ROG. It is a new take on a gaming laptop. It's thinner and lighter than what they've done in the past, and it has this pretty cool accessory, which is kind of like an eGPU. It is an eGPU, but it's also a little bit more. Let's go ahead and check this out. It's called the X13, by the way. It's outfitted with AMD's new processors, and look at that little tiny. Wow, imagine for an ROG product, a gaming laptop, to be this thin and light. I've been told it's coming in at 1.3 kilos. The other crazy part here that you don't normally see in a gaming laptop is that it's a 360 hinge. So it flips all the way around to do a tablet mode, to do a tent mode. And that has some interesting usages even for a gaming laptop while gaming, which I'll show you some of those circumstances in a moment. The CPU is the AMD R9 5900HS. It does have graphics inside. However, the exciting graphics part comes through this expansion unit over on the side here. Ooh, a very slick finish. That is a satisfying texture. I can feel each individual ridge along the top of this chassis. It's all metal construction and a nice matte black finish to it. You can see you have some expansion by default, obviously. This looks like a Type-C connector, typical USB connector, power switch, some cooling, some more cooling in the back. This is a proprietary connector, which usually I'm not a fan of, but if you're going to use a proprietary connection style to deliver more than Thunderbolt 3 in terms of bandwidth, and you're going to deliver power, so I have one connection point, well, now I'm obviously okay with it. Full-size HDMI port as well, and then a headphone jack over here. You can see right away it's also an unusual aspect ratio for a gaming device. So we have a 16 by 10 display. I am not complaining at all because I like that balance of productivity and entertainment, and having a slightly taller display, especially on a tiny laptop, helps bring that top edge to a more comfortable spot while working in this type of setup, not connected to an external monitor. Here's a look at your keyboard layout. Still a fairly large keyboard and decent key travel on there that you can see there's almost no flex in the unit. Now, people often will mention that, people who appreciate a nice keyboard, but another thing that it tells you is that you have a fairly solid construction here to not see any flex when you're tapping away. That texture on the outside of the laptop is carried through on the inside. You can hear that little noise. And even though you see it on the trackpad is smooth glass. Some extra controls along top for volume and a dedicated ROG button, also a mute button. These are the types of things that a gamer would like to have access to quickly, or even a game streamer or something like that. Here's the magic part. You never see this on a gaming oriented laptop, gaming targeted laptop. We go to this point and then we keep going all the way around. So this is going to be a nice productivity machine, a media consumption machine, a couch machine as well. I mean, you could do a tent mode like this as you're eating. Also, you can do like this. And what's cool about this is if you are gaming on it, possibly with the expansion unit, I can now stick a gaming keyboard and mouse in front of it, have a more comfortable location, and get improved cooling by having the bottom side of the laptop facing up. I mean, the main thing here is the very slim and light design, and because of the AMD chip inside, they've been able to escape some of those low power Intel chips and still deliver decent performance. So that's the scale of your power adapter. Also pretty portable. There's a couple of cables there as well. Yeah, so in here we just have a couple of international cables, power extension. Now I'm interested in the power brick. It is a Type-C connector over here, which is a bonus. This is easier to find. You have more of these lying around. This looks like a 100-watt power brick, which actually, that's a pretty slim profile for a 100-watt power brick. That's kind of nice. Consideration here, if you do pick up the eGPU component, which is over here, is that you'll be able to charge up with that single proprietary connector. That will power the eGPU as well as your laptop all at once. It's also a docking station, so it has a bunch of extra ports on it. You may have been looking at the laptop saying, okay, I get it, it's slim and light, but I feel like I'm lacking some expandability over there. Well, that's where this comes in. Check this out. First of all, it's already a lot smaller than a lot of desktop relegated eGPU units, as you can tell. Pull off the plastic here. Look at the expansion opportunity over here. It's practically like a whole desktop PC type of expansion, and it's housed in this tiny little package, which also has a kickstand on it, I believe, which is here. Yeah, check it out. So it has a little kickstand on it. Now, keep in mind, these are early devices at the moment. You can see with the stickers, the development stickers that are on there. I mean, check that out. You can have that sitting next to the laptop and connected to it, and then all of your peripherals coming out of here. I always love a laptop converting into a desktop type of setup quickly. So when I want to go, have to go, maybe I'm heading to work or to school, I just unplug one connector, bring this with me, and then my extra horsepower, my gaming capability, and my variety of peripherals, my monitor, my keyboard, and everything, it stays connected and clean over here, and I don't have to reconnect multiple things all at once. So over here we have a dedicated Ethernet connector, an HDMI, a display port, and 4 USB ports as well. Now you'll see that there isn't a barrel style connector, but instead you have a full-size power cord adapter, and that's because they actually put the power brick inside of here as well, adding to the portability of this unit if you did want to take these together. So this would allow you to skip an external power adapter altogether. You would just simply bring this standardized power cable and pack these two up. This is about 1 kilogram on its own, and then that's your whole setup right there, eGPU and gaming laptop. It does have a fan in it, you can see hidden underneath this portion of the grill, and the design style carries through with these bridges on this particular device as well. This little connector is quite interesting. You can see it looks like a Thunderbolt connector, but then there's this other portion which connects as well, and there's a locking aspect to it by the looks of it. Look at that beast of a connector right there. I think all you do is just line this up. I'm going to put it in the unlock, plug it in like that, and then lock it up. If I was in a more of a desktop environment, what I would do is have it like this, and then this will be connected to my variety of peripherals. Now picture this, all right? I'm gaming, or I'm working, or I'm on my larger scale display and enjoying some media, whatever I might happen to do, and then I gotta go quickly. Check, and that this is charging the device as well. Keep in mind, all I'm gonna do is unlock that, remove it, and I'm ready to go. Or I just want to head to the couch, flip it around. Now I'm on the couch over here like this, but this is a gaming laptop when I need it to be, because we have legit graphics inside of the eGPU. Keep in mind, I'm dealing with a prototype right here, but it's going to be at least RTX graphics in here, which is, well, obviously that's what you're looking for. So it's booted up now. The device is connected to eGPU portion, and our light on the connector went from red to white. Charging the laptop, I actually missed a couple features on this thing. There's an SD card reader on the top as well, so even more flexibility for how you interface with it. Now you can configure this device with 2 different displays. They have a high refresh 1080p display up to 120 hertz. That's going to be targeted at gamers. Some people might be interested in using this for creative endeavors, for content creation. And so there's also a 4K display option with obviously a slower refresh rate. So the thing about this proprietary connector, another advantage here, is because you end up with more throughput than Thunderbolt 3, you are actually going to take full advantage of your eGPU, and it will be in no way throttled. The performance will be in no way throttled by the connector itself. There will be no bottleneck here. So this eGPU actually has a 280 watt power design paired with an NVIDIA GPU on the inside. So that's enough power not just for the GPU but also for the laptop. When routing the signal back to the laptop display, this eGPU proprietary connector has double the bandwidth of Thunderbolt 3, allowing you to take full advantage of the eGPU without any performance loss when playing on the laptop screen when compared to traditional Thunderbolt GPUs. As far as this little power adapter is concerned, it is a 100 watt USB-C PD, and it can give you 60% of your charge in just 39 minutes. The X13 comes equipped with next-gen AMD Ryzen mobile processors and apparently can last up to 11 hours. Memory is up to 32 gigabytes. The display is 13.4 inches. Of course, it also features touch since you can spin it around and use it in that 360 mode. Side bezels are 4.9 millimeters slim, and it does feature Gorilla Glass as well for added durability. Storage is going to come via your PCIe SSD in either 512 gigs or 1 terabyte. So there it is, the ROG Flow X13, and I'm starting to understand the flow concept. They want you to flow from work to play easily with a simple connector. It's been a thing that I've tried to do on many occasions as far as having external docks and things to allow for that to happen, but it really makes a lot of sense to pack extra horsepower into your external dock in the form of an eGPU plus expansion, especially when you can get it into such a small form factor like they've been able to do over here. This is an early working prototype. This is meant to give you an early look at what they're working on and what to expect with the final device. I think it's an interesting concept. I think it's going to get people's attention, and I think it does merge two worlds together that aren't typically together, but ultimately it makes a lot of sense. This type of form factor is a device that a lot of people might be interested in, right? The idea to go from gaming to work and not necessarily to sacrifice on either end, to get the 360-degree hinge that a lot of people are into on productivity laptops into something that can also game and has this kind of subtle game styling via the ROG brand. That's your quick look, the ROG Flow X13.
Okay, so if you like the reaction, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you want me to react next. Jaden Spoffended, Mom out.